This is Lauren Sparkman with my informative speech titled The Chaotic Origin of Greek Mythology. Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, Achilles, and Heracles are all names that you have heard since your youth. These names all refer to important figures in Greek mythology. However, there is much more to Greek mythology than just these names. In fact, there are two generations or two phases of other Greek beings that lead up to the names that you know and love. During middle school, I was fascinated with Greek mythology. Since that was a long time ago, I've utilized several sources to try to have the best credible information for you all today. These sources are the following: a book titled Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, written by Rick Gregorian; an article titled Ancient Greeks, the Who, What, and Why, written by an unknown author employed at the Hellenic Museum; an article collection titled Ancient Greeks, Everyday Life, Beliefs, and Myths, written by an unknown author employed at the Leeds City Museum; a collection of articles titled Greek Myths and Legends, written by an author employed at the National Museum of Liverpool; and finally, Greek Mythology in Britannica, written by John Pollard. Given the plethora of sources from credible agencies, I can assure to you that the information that I'm providing you all with today is accurate to the best of my knowledge. Today, I will explain to you all the generations of other stories, briefly, that lead up to the names that you know and love from Greek mythology in the following three generations or phases: the original beings, the Titans, and finally the Greek gods. To begin, we will start at the very beginning. At the beginning of what we know about Greek mythology, all the names that you know and love were not even around yet. The first being of Greek mythology is Chaos. Chaos consisted of all matter and was a mist. Chaos began to create other beings. The first being that Chaos creates is Gaia, who is quite literally the earth. Gaia also has a humanoid form, and she dreams of a handsome man to love. Chaos complies and creates the being of the sky, Uranus. Now Uranus and Gaia, with their human forms, begin to have children. The first children that they had were the 12 Titans, that each had their own unique strength. These children were the favorite children of Uranus. The second group of children that they had were not so lucky. They were the 3 elder Cyclopses. Uranus hated these children so much that he bound them up and casted them into a dark pit created by Chaos called Tartarus. Now, the next group of children that Gaia and Uranus had were considered to be even worse than the elder Cyclopses. They were the 100-handed ones. They got the same treatment as the Cyclopses. Now, Gaia loved all of her children equally. She pleaded with Uranus to free her children, but Uranus did not comply. So Gaia began to plot evil against Uranus with the help of her Titan children. Kronos, the most power-hungry Titan, with the help of 4 Titan brothers, Iapetus, Hyperon, Koios, and Krios, were able to kill their father, the human form of their father, under the condition that Kronos would become the ruler of the universe, and that the 4 helpful brothers would be assigned into the earth to rule in the following order: Iapetus with the west, Hyperon with the east, Koios with the north, and Krios with the south. Uranus' dying words were a curse that Kronos' own children would overtake his power as ruler of the universe. This curse really bothered Kronos. As Uranus was dying, his blood, divine blood called ichor, fell on the earth, rocks, and sea. From the earth emerged satyrs and nymphs. From the rocks there were demons with wings called Furies, and from the sea the god Aphrodite. The reign of Kronos began, and at first he was a good ruler, but he began to be bitter because he really wanted to have a wife, but he was scared of the curse about his children. Eventually, he gave in and he took Rhea, the titan of motherhood, to be his wife. Not long after, Rhea began to have children. The first child that she had was not like the other titans. This child radiated power and had wise eyes. This child was in fact not a titan but a god. With fear of losing power in his mind, Kronos ate his child. After that, every single child that Kronos had, he ate. Rhea hated that Kronos would eat her children, and under the instruction of Gaia, she went and had one of her children in a faraway place. This child was Zeus. Zeus was raised by nymphs and satyrs in Rhea, and he learned all about his trapped siblings. When Zeus came of age, he disguised himself as a titan and became Kronos' cupbearer. After gaining the trust of Kronos, he betrayed Kronos by creating a special mixture that caused Kronos to throw up all of the other god children. The god siblings, with the help of the 100-handed ones and the elder Cyclopses, were able to overtake the throne of Kronos. The male gods Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades split the domains in the following order with a dice roll. Zeus got the sky, Poseidon the water, and Hades got the underworld. The mainland was deemed a safe place for all of the gods. Zeus wanted to share his power with the other gods, so he created a council throne room. Therefore, the gods married and had children. Some of these children were Heracles and Achilles, along with other important figures that you have heard. Now you have learned the highlights of the generations of other Greek beings that predate the stories that you know and love. In closing, there were 3 generations of key Greek beings in Greek mythology, the first one being the original beings, the second one the Titans, and the third the Greek gods. Which generation is your favorite?